The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Welcome once again to another segment of Service Matters and how important service is. I'm Dave Clifton. I'm happy to host this show. I have a special guest that's joined me. You're listening to WPRO, the voice of Southern New England. You can hear us on AM 630 or FM 99.7. We are indeed a cumulus station. And we like to talk about the good things that are happening in Southern New England. And we also like to talk about the good things that people do or have done to recognize them. And today we're going to do something a little different. My guest here in the studio is Lios Drukman. She is from the Rotary Club of Weymouth, Massachusetts. She's done some radio broadcasting. And she is taking an active role with the South Shore Council. She doesn't get enough Rotary with her club, so she moves on
Absolutely.
to the South Shore.
If I have time to sleep, there's something wrong, right?
That's right. Rotary's meant a lot to both of us. And, of course, I live in the Town of Easton, and they have a big-time Lions Club. And I've always said, whether you're a Lions Club member, a Rotarian, or some other organization, there's plenty of room for you to do good deeds and to do good things because the community is big. There's a lot of needs. And town budgets can't take care of everything. So whatever we can do to step up to the plate is important.
It's so important to see a need and find a solution these days. We feel that there's no way everything is covered, no way everything gets done. So you just do the best you can. But the amazing part is that every Rotary Club you see and talk to, and the council, of course, we had 18 clubs visiting us this last week. They're all talking about a need they found and how they're working on it. And folks, it's inspiring. It could be so many things, just literacy versus food pantries, you name it, clothing drives, warm packs for people's pets that are homeless. I mean, you name it, they find a need and they find a solution. So it's very, very inspiring.
And how important that is. I know that as we go through the show today, we're going to recognize and honor not only folks that are still with us, but we want to remember a few folks that took active parts in Rotary. They're both past district governors. I'm going to start with Dr. Lou Marciano. Unfortunately, he recently passed away. He received his doctorate later years in life as a past district governor from Rhode Island College. He's a retired teacher and coach of wrestling. And he went to high school in Rhode Island. He did his college in Rhode Island, and he certainly has carried the ball for many different groups, but a spot very close in his heart has always been Rotary, a worldwide organization of
Absolutely.
Men and women, business and professional people united together to serve. And Lois, we're representing over 200 countries. And
it's more countries than McDonald's.
That's right.
Well, just put it in perspective.
Not as many hamburgers, but
true. But we are definitely there. And it's so important to realize that when you show our mission, the people everywhere that want to participate in doing good things.
Tell the folks what the motto is, which is very important.
Service above self. And that's really important. We see a need, we find a way to get it done. So important these days. We can't think of ourselves first. We always have to think of those less fortunate. And unfortunately, right now, the ranks are really big, and just see what we can do to alleviate and make their life a little better really makes a big difference. What you may think is small to us, to them, is big to them. It's small to us, but big difference for them.
And Rotary is one terrific organization. I always remember their Rotary four-way test of the things that we think, say, and do as Rotarians, as business people. and people who just get involved in their community. And that test is as follows. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to each and every person involved? Let's get back to the recognition of Dr. Lou Marciano. He's from Cranston, Rhode Island. He died at age 99.
Good
And
life.
He was not too far away. This month, the 26th, would have been his 100th birthday. And Lois, I was going to MC a get-together for him,
Wow.
and it never happened.
Well, I'll tell
he
you,
went
you know,
in the hospital.
well, 99 and 3/4 roughly, you can't complain. But the biggest thing is his legacy is timeless. What things he did, it's just amazing. This is a man that really, really made a big difference in Rotary and other organizations too, but Rotary is the one, of course, we're focusing on today.
And I know that in Rotary, he served as a district governor for District 7950. Now, that sounds like it's a small group, but back in his days, he had about 80 clubs that he had to visit, which included the entire state of Rhode Island, southeastern Massachusetts, Cape Cod, and the two islands, Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard. So that meant he went and spoke at a lot of chicken dinners.
I'm certain. As a matter of fact, our current district governor just put it on Facebook that she was heading to Nantucket. Of course, it's a day's trip when you think about it. They have to get the ferries, come back. So the devotion is there still to support all the clubs and be there as they need to encourage and just really to enjoy the enthusiasm everywhere you go in Rotary to help
Dr.
people.
Marciano, Lois, was my guest on the radio for a number of occasions. He's the kind of guy that could articulate on just about every subject. But he was very much into doing good things. And he would come to the radio station. He's the kind of guy that I could take a break after I open up the show and come back at the end, and he would carry the ball. I mean, he was absolutely terrific. He always was very positive, and I know that he died with his family by his side in his home. I had a chance to visit him the night before. He died at 5:30 the next morning, and I chatted with him. Of course, he was in a coma, and I knew he could hear me, and we didn't do a radio show, but it was like a radio show, and he just was an amazing guy. And I wanted to take this opportunity today to thank him so much for all the good things that he's done. He was a veteran, and of course we have Veterans Day, Lois, coming up on November 11th.
Yes, we do.
And how important it is to recognize all the veterans, and certainly it's a great way to say thank you to Purple Heart veterans, homeless veterans. It could be disabled veterans, paralyzed veterans, veterans who are with us and take an active participation in local community projects and programs. And we thank all the veterans. We salute you for taking good care of us and fighting for our country. And
the veterans, I feel Veterans Day is one of the most sacred ones, and a lot of people have a tendency to be a little, well, it's a Monday, what day of the week it is. No, the 11th, you should be planning on saluting them. Do the parades. Make sure you do the salutes, because this is a big one. This is very, very important, folks. And I think that people, just don't make it a long holiday weekend. No, it's Veterans Day. And that's why I stayed on that for that reason, because it's so important.
This would be a good opportunity for us to play the Armed Forces medley. And of course, it includes music from all the branches of the Armed Forces. We salute all the veterans that reside here in the good old USA. And of course, it starts with the U.S. Army. I spent 8 years in the Army National Guard.
Wow. I love those songs. They just have such a upbeat to them. Isn't this great?
This is also an opportunity for us to salute the red, white, and blue, the American flag. Remember November 11th? Hats off to the U.S. Navy.
Yes.
Not only do they dress sharp, but they protect our country on the waters of USA.
My husband was in the Navy. That was the branch that he was in. I think he loved the uniform, like you said. They dress sharply, but they serve a great purpose of all the services. Quite some good memories for him.
Now, Dr. Lou Marciano was active in the armed forces. Navy was his branch. Congratulations to all the folks who have served and are still serving with the U.S. Coast Guard. We salute you.
On the front lines, Dave. They're on the front lines.
Big thank you to ECAT, Easton Community Access Television, for televising our radio show today. I guess I wore the appropriate sweater today.
Yes, I wore my Rotary shirt. I thought it'd be appropriate.
Yes. How lucky we are to have the Air Force here in the United States of America. How important the armed forces are, Lois,
They are, and
to protect our country.
the hours that they spend training and the rigors that they go through to really be at the top of their game every step of the way. You realize it's a dedication, a big dedication for the family, and don't forget the families that support them, Dave, every step of the way.
God bless the military. Of course, you can't have a medley without the U.S. Marine Corps.
Of course.
Congratulations to my son-in-law. He is a two-star general, U.S. Marine Corps.
Wow.
One of the younger generals
Must be
in
young.
the armed forces.
That's fantastic. We're very lucky to have the
Of course,
dedication.
it's difficult to stand beside a Marine because their boots are so shiny. And
You
they
must wear
stand at
sunglasses.
attention.
Must wear sunglasses.
Hats off to the armed forces. And of course, we thank our producer back in Providence for the radio station, Brett Ferruccio.
Nice.
We salute America. We salute the men and women who serve in our armed forces, those who are with us, those who are currently serving, and those who are no longer with us have passed on. But I'll tell you something, it's nice to hear that peppy music, and it makes us remember how important November 11th
Now,
is.
those songs have been around for a while, and they're so good and so timeless. No one ever says, I'm thinking of writing a different song for any one of them. We wouldn't even dream of it. Those songs have such an upbeat, fond memory for every one of them. We all knew which one it was. When you heard the music, you knew which one it was, and you look forward to hearing it. It's just something you don't think enough of. Those are great songs. I'm so glad that we have them. Everyone should have a song.
So we're going to take a short break. I'm Dave Clifton here along with Lios Drukman. She is a Rotarian with the Rotary Club of Weymouth, Massachusetts, and I, of course, have been active with the Sharon Club for many, many years. Let's take this short break. You're listening to WPRO, the voice of Southern New England, and it's being televised by ECAT, Easton Community Access Television. Hurry back.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, residents of Easton, friends and neighbors. This is Bill Ames, co-host with Priscilla Almquist Olson of the Film Connection on ECAT now for over 20 years. We're very proud of that. And we like to interview guests from Easton who have been involved in the film business, actors, producers. We're very fortunate today to have a producer of a film.
Hey Easton, I'm Mike.
And I'm Curtis. We're from Royalty Beverage, your local distributor of Polar Spring Water.
We're excited to join forces with ECAT, also supporting local media and helping ECAT thrive.
So join us in making a difference. To learn more, email us at water@eastoncat.org.
Stay hydrated, support ECAT, and let's make a positive impact together.
Thanks for your support, Easton.
Thank you, Easton.
Yeah, this is the life. Just relaxing by the beach. What could be better than this?
I've got an idea.
What?
I'd really like to find a forever home.
Forever home?
Yeah, like Jack Ryan talks about on Easton News. A forever home. All those animals at the APCSM, they get forever homes. Why not us?
Listen, man, I hate to tell you this.
Tell me what? Come on, tell me. Look, I can take it. Look at me. Come on, tell me. I can take it. Come on.
We're not real.
What are you talking about? Of course we're real. Look at us. We're sitting here on the beach, on vacation, being served raw meat, mind you. We're having a great time. How are we not real? No, thank you. I'm good. I've had enough. I've had enough. Thank you. What are you talking about? Of course we're real.
Look, it's not that we're not real. We're just not living, breathing animals. You don't even have a mouth, dude.
Well, oh yeah? Well, your eyes are just plastic.
Right back at you.
You've ruined my vacation. I can't believe you've done this.
I mean, while we're at it, why do we need a vacation? It's not like you have a job.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. All right. You know what? I'm out of here.
Cubby, wait. I'm sorry. I didn't mean... Oh, well, you have to get it eventually.
If you'd like to get your hands on a cubby of your own, scan the QR code on your screen now.
In 2023, Easton is a tight-knit community of 25,000 people. But with the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to forget our past. A time when Easton's population was 6,000.
Everybody knew who everybody
and
everybody was.
And there was respect.
There was respect for everyone.
When kids enjoyed great freedom and independence.
Everybody was poor at today's standards. But we all were in the same boat, and we enjoyed life.
So join me, Priscilla Almquist Olson, as I explore what makes Easton so very special with some of its lifetime residents.
I think Easton has so much to offer, and if you're living in a community, you have to know it.
Watch Growing Up in Easton Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and Friday at 9 p.m. See you then.
Welcome back to another segment of Service Matters. Lois and I were just talking during the break about listening to that high-powered song, the Armed Forces Medley. It certainly gets you thinking about all the branches of the Armed Forces and the men and women who serve.
It's such an important duty, and when you see young people these days going into the service, I know one of my friend's sons has just joined the Marines. They had to pass some tests, and he's very excited. He wants the tough one. But what's important is they want to serve. They want to do what they can for their country, and it's lovely to see that. And I think that those that do, it's not a big percentage of the population that does serve, folks. So every one of them should really, really be saluted. And I mean that sincerely, because they're all giving a big sacrifice. And it's not just them, it's their families as well. Worrying about them, doing all the support they can. If they get married, the spouses travel with them. It's a big sacrifice.
And of course, Dr. Lou Marciano would have been very proud to hear those songs because he loved patriotic music. And we're going to certainly recognize another gentleman. He's no longer with us. Another past district governor for Rotary District 7950. And Lois, he's from your club, the
Yes.
Rotary Club of Weymouth. And Joe Clancy was not only a staunch Rotarian, he was a businessman in the town of Easton. He was into sales.
He was a real estate, and they had a company in Weymouth, a very successful company that he built with a partner of his years ago. They started in the 70s. Just excellent people. He's now two of his two sons, two of his four children, two of his sons are in the company with him. It's just a wonderful, wonderful thing to see his legacy.
And his wife Geraldine is, she's a character.
Yes, we recently had our Rotary, our club had a golf tournament, and it was in honor of Joe Clancy. And the family was blown away, and they came to the event. Geraldine was there, dressed to the nines, as you know. And
Joe loved Geraldine so much. He
they were
talked
so
about her
tight.
a lot with me.
So tight, and it was just wonderful. And we had a beautiful, two big posters of pictures of Joe over the years. It was just wonderful collage of pictures that they put together. Many of the staff of the company took the day off and was there just to show support. It was a big love fest for Joe, but it really showed everyone that he has touched. He really, really made a big impression and helped so many people.
And those folks that are watching on television, you can see a photo of Joe working at his office. He spent a lot of time doing Rotary stuff. When I was the district governor back in 2007, 2008, Joe was the president of the Weymouth Club.
That's right.
And that's when I first met him, and we've been friends since. And he's a guy that was always very positive. He liked the show that we do because we talk about good things.
He also was a person that always found a way to make people feel good, always said to say thank you. And a lot of Rotarians, are of different skill levels, but no matter what, they always have the same heart. And Joe made a point of always telling people, make sure you say thank you, because all of them cared and did the best they could. And he brought out the best, and the people brought their best to please Joe.
And Joe and I used to kid each other. I said, Joe, we got 35,000 Rotary clubs scattered around the world. Which one are you going to tonight? And he said, of course, I'm going to Weymouth. The fact is that he was very proud of the Weymouth Rotarians. He was a name that will always be remembered in a lot of towns in the area, not just Weymouth, but where he had his business. And of course, he had a son that was involved with the Braintree Club over the years.
Yes, Michael is past president of the Braintree Club. Good Rotarian, a lot of busy stuff going on there. And his son, Joe Jr., I'm hoping will be coming to the Weymouth Club. I'm putting it out in the air, so maybe he'll hear that and know my intentions.
And he was a handshaker, Lois. He shook everybody's hand.
Everybody's.
And I was wondering why he shook everybody's hand, but he gave me a hug.
Well, I'll tell you.
That was an honor.
The man you couldn't help but you meet him, and it was infectious, his positive attitude, and you really, really just always wanted to please him with what he had in mind for you to do.
And Joe Pete Clancy, he passed on May 7th. I should say he was born on May 7th, 1943. And he died at age 82. He passed on November 8th, 2023. And of course, Dr. Lou Marciano, another staunch Rotarian, he was born back in 1924. Wow, that goes way back. And he passed on October 4th, 2024.
Wow.
So he had a long life, and I know that both Joe and Lou Marciano were up in heaven somewhere, and you know what they're doing? They're starting a Rotary Club.
Guaranteed.
Most likely.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Right now, Lois, we're going to play one of Joe's favorite songs. It's a country western song.
Okay.
It was put together by Lacey Dalton, a country western singer.
Okay.
She had a family member that had polio, and she was very thankful to Rotary International and the foundation for doing the work that they do to help eradicate polio around the world. So she wrote this song.
Wow, huh? See, you
And,
never know how it falls.
I have permission to use this song whenever I so desire. So folks, sit back, relax, and enjoy my favorite country western song, We Are Rotary.
Do you want to take a stand? Do you want to be of service to uplift your fellow man?
Nice.
Are you ready for the challenge? Are you ready for the ride? Will you ask yourself the questions that will always be your guide? Is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
Is it fair to all in turn? Will it build goodwill and friendship? Is it good for all concerned?
How important this test is.
We are Rotary.
Well, we're going to cut the song at this stage. But I know that the people out there listening, we hope that you remember this song. And it's one way that I like to use the song. Sometimes when I visit clubs as a speaker, I'll throw that song in as I make my way to the microphone.
I like it.
It's
well
what
done.
it does, it wakes them up before I speak, and then they fall asleep again.
Well, at least you come awake for a moment, right, Dave? We should do that in next South Shore Council President's Night. Get them all fired up.
Well, we thank Lacey Dalton, and of course, you can hear this song all over the place. We have permission to use this song, and of course, it belongs to Rotary. And we're forever grateful for all the good things that Rotary does. You're also active in the South Shore Council.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, it's over 80 years old, and the South Shore Council was started to help Rotary clubs coordinate once a month. They sit down together, and there's 22 clubs in the group. And the idea is that we share ideas and learn what each other's doing, support each other, and also work on problems together, because you're not alone, and we all face the same challenges, and we can help each other with how we covered something or how we did something, how you ran an event, whatever it is, we find is inspiring to learn what each other's doing. And we are going to have, a bowling night coming up that a few clubs are going to be challenging each other. We're going to have a trophy and everything that the Tri-Town Club is putting together. And it's a week from Saturday. We're kind of excited about that. This is the second one. And just having fun things together to get to know each other and help each other in all our events. The idea of learning from each other is not old. It's fantastic. I mean, we've done it for such a long time, and it's still fresh today. Everybody loves hearing each other's projects, what each other's doing. If something worked or not, why reinvent the wheel? How did you do that? Great. I'll tell you how we did it so you can do it. Things
Learn
like that.
from each other, no doubt about it. You're listening to WPRO, the voice of Southern New England. We reach out to Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and of course parts of Connecticut. And ECAT, Easton Community Access Television, they take care of the town of Easton, Massachusetts. And they spread some of these shows out to other communities as well. But I did want to mention that in the town of Easton, they have a very active Lions Club. And of course, I have attempted to do a few projects in the town of Sharon with Lions and Rotary. I think the president of Rotary International was encouraging partnerships with other groups.
Well, many times we share members, which is an interesting thing too, and it's a great way to combine our missions. And everybody's giving, everybody's working hard, so there's no reason to think of it as anything but a coordination of effort. And why not pool the resources?
We're going to take another break. If you get a chance to have two audiences today, Lois, you got the TV audience that are viewing this show, and we have the radio audience. They're listening, and of course, how important it is to learn by listening. We'll be right back after these important messages.
Good afternoon, everyone.
I'm Abby Malafato.
And I'm...
Coming to you from 50 Oliver in North Easton, this is Easton News and
Don't have time to stay up and watch ECAT channels all day long, or miss your favorite show's time slot? Don't worry, ECAT has a YouTube channel that has all the programs that we show, so you don't have to miss any of the episodes or catch up on past episodes. Search Easton Cat TV, with TV being the only capital letters. The YouTube channel has playlists for every program, even some of the programs you can download a podcast version. We even stream live events through our channel. To stay up to date with ECAT programming, make sure you look up ECAT's YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe so you can get all the alerts for the new programming premiere, and change the alerts to all to make sure you receive all of them. Remember to search Easton Cat TV, with TV being the capital letters. So there's no reason to miss any of the ECAT programming. Enjoy.
Hey Easton, I'm Mike.
And I'm Curtis. We're from Royalty Beverage, your local distributor of Polar Spring Water.
We're excited to join forces with ECAT, also supporting local media and helping ECAT thrive.
So join us in making a difference. To learn more, email us at water@eastoncat.org.
Stay hydrated, support ECAT, and let's make a positive impact together.
Thanks for your support, Easton.
Thank you, Easton.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Sick of all the new shows and movies dominating pop culture? Well, have no fear, because Old Time Movie and Old Time TV are here, where we like to add our own flair.
There's a truck out front, and if we could just get the keys...
Man, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Those are flesh-eating zombies. They upended our car, okay? We're lucky to be alive, especially Joe. I had to pull him out of the trunk, for crying out loud.
It's been a long day.
Also, make sure to check out the Radiocast, our accompanying podcast where we talk about what we've watched.
There was a lot of moments of just Mac on the raft going down the river, just internal monologuing over and over and over.
We show the classics and nothing but the classics. Well, except for the weird ones. Check us out on all our channels as well as our YouTube.
Here we go. My name is Harrison Young, and after 13 years of talk show experience, I seek to bring you the best in interviews with some of the very best guests around, including, and here we are, experts.
I've seen thousands of demons actually come out of the mirror one time.
Wow. Musical guests and artists.
If I say how I feel, would you really listen?
And interesting characters of all types.
I threw that kid across the classroom. Look, he didn't try that ever again.
Wow. Join me at Topic Time on your Easton cable station anytime they want to play it. And what I understand, that's quite a few times a day. And I love it.
Welcome back to our third segment of Service Matters. And of course, my guest is Lios Drukman, and she is from the Rotary Club of Weymouth, Massachusetts, a pretty good-sized club in District 7950. And Rotary is an organization for business and professional people. And of course, it's men and women. And there's a big push to get some younger members into the club. And I always say to the presidents, Lois, when I visit other clubs, that certainly bring in younger members, but don't forget about the older members.
I think it's important that we also look at people that have retired with time and money on their hands. They can also give a lot, that have gotten through the big career time. There's some very good, valuable as well resource. You need all ages with different perspectives to really make Rotary strong. Our club is 100 years old this year. And one thing we've learned is that, it takes a village of all different personalities to really make it work.
Yeah. And of course, not just time and money, it could be time and no money. We still would welcome you.
Absolutely. It's time it's time and basically just wanting to give. The reward you get from going to Father Bill's and helping cook a meal and serve it, or helping pack backpacks for people that are homeless, you just feel like $1 million when you're done with that. You really do feel like you've made a difference with someone. It really, really just is a great morale builder when you think, gosh, I really made a difference for somebody. We do a Christmas project where we'll take on families and for their holiday giving, we get the gifts and wrap them and deliver them. And it's just a nice feeling when you make it great for people that don't have it. And you just really lifts you up so darn much. It's amazing, you know?
And I've said to many Rotarians at clubs that I visited, and I've mentioned this on the air a few times as well, how lucky we are to have what we have, to live in a country like the good old USA, the land of the free.
That's right.
Where just about everything we need is within reach.
That's true.
And of course, in many cases in other countries, third world countries, their top priority is survival, one day at a time.
That's true. And what's really funny is that we take this for granted sometimes. I think it helps us get recentered when you see someone that doesn't have and you do. All of a sudden you realize, I'm lucky, but also I can give back. But you also become more grateful for what you have. I think people lose track of how lucky we are sometimes.
That's right.
And we really, really need a reawakening of what we have.
I want to ask you a question, Lois, that seems to come up quite often, because I've asked people that are interested in Rotary, why are you interested in joining a Rotary Club, or for that matter, a Lions Club? And a lot of the answers that come back seem to be community service. I like their cause. It could be people interested in the eyes, which is something that Lions Club gets involved in. I know of someone that joined Rotary because he had a family member that had polio.
That's a big
and
one.
He's interested in eradicating polio in the world. Someone said to me, I want to join Rotary because I heard their food was great at the club meeting. And of course, that could be for the wrong reason, because once the caterer changes, you may not like the food and you may not show up. Of course, I'm being facetious.
Well, the biggest thing that I think people come to me with is, I want a way to give back, and it's already set up. It's already organized. I can join something that's already happening and participate. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. If you want to start giving back, we have a program set up. We have things happening, so you can join in without having to worry about it being something you don't have to do all the work. You can come and learn with something that we're already doing. And they love the fact that there's different things we're already active in doing. They can go to Father Bill's and serve a meal. We're already doing it. They don't have to go to Father Bill's and figure out how. We're already doing it. Join us doing it some night. You'll learn. Things like that nature really make a difference, because, wow, I want to help, but I don't have to worry about setting the whole thing up. I can learn. I think that's really big.
And having worked for 40 years in municipality work, I enjoyed. Someone said to me, why did you join Rotary? I said, well, they're doing the same thing I'm doing. They're into service. And it's interesting, the Lions Club motto is "We Serve." The Rotary Club motto is "Service above self." So, and they're also representing over 200 countries.
Mm-hmm.
The last I know, they're a little up on the numbers. Rotary's got 1.4 million.
Right.
Lions Club is 1.4 million plus. So
that's good. I know
we're pretty close to the same.
The Elks has also been on a rise. The Elks is another organization that's works with her, but they've also been working on coming back with a rise too. So I think that to me is a good sign that people realize the need of giving, and they're finding what vehicles are in their town and area that can help them. And I love the fact that these organizations are still sustaining and getting new members.
Another reason why people join an organization like Rotary, or for that matter, Lions, is that they've been successful. They want to be able to give something back.
That's right.
And contribute to important causes. And some people have said that they feel good about doing good things for others.
It's contagious. Once you've done an event and see how you feel with it and see the results of it, you really want to do more. We had a new member. That first thing, we had a pancake breakfast coming up, and we got them to come and just serve and help work with it. They were so excited to be part of a group and see what we did that they did end up joining, but they saw the working together, the team effort, the camaraderie, and getting something good done. It really is contagious if you really get into it.
I remember years ago giving a scholarship out to a student who went on and got his further education. And then many years later, he came back to the club with a check. He wanted to provide a scholarship to someone else that he got to start with. So people do care. They do share. And I thank all the folks out there in local communities that are volunteers. They share their time, their talent, their ideas, their resources, in many cases their funds to make dreams real for folks out there in need.
Absolutely. One thing that we have a gazebo that we've maintained for years. It's near a little lake, and people love it. They go there just to sit and look at the water, or sometimes wedding receptions will have a picture there. It's so busy there. So recently we did some remodeling and update of it, and my gosh, it was a waiting list of people that wanted to. How fast are we going to finish it? Because they want to get back there for the pictures. We just want to paint it and make it look nice, but we maintain it, and it's just something, again, a little thing like that, but it's a great peaceful place to go. That we just didn't realize how popular it is until you ask people to give you a week to fix it. Believe me, we were at the bit to get that done on time.
I know you were probably wondering what this sign is doing in front of my microphone that I'll share with the viewing audience. It's a big time celebration coming up in the town of Easton, where I live. And I have the honor and privilege of serving as chair as we celebrate the 300th anniversary. Can you imagine, folks? 1725 to 2025. That's a lot of time, a lot of history in the town of Easton. And for me to have the honor to work with, we're going to at some point have 100 volunteers before all is said and done. And it's coming up in 3 months.
That's fantastic.
There's going to be a parade. There's going to be a bonfire. There's going to be an art and cultural festival. There's going to be a kickoff event at Stonehill College.
Nice.
There's going to be a gala. There's going to be a block party. There's going to be a family fun day. And I'll tell you, an antique car show, Easton 300 with 300 antique cars. It's going to be fabulous. We're going to take another short break before we come back with our final segment of Service Matters. Folks, you can feel good by doing good for others. Hurry back.
Hey, are you a fan of history? If so, come for a adventure with me, your host Drew Daugherty, as we explore some of the most impactful events of all time. We talk about U.S. history. These events led up to the creation of the first continental congress. World history. The Allied forces consist of France, the United Kingdom, Russia, Japan, and Italy, and influential figures. The legacy of Martin Luther King is one of selflessness, and he never stopped believing in the equal and free America. You'll get my takes and opinions, so come along for an adventure on Drew's Venture History TV. Check us out between your recently scheduled programming as well as on YouTube. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ron Van Dam. I've been in radio for 3 decades now and have been doing a daily podcast-style show for a few years. But once a week, I come to the ECAT studio where they give me wine and cheese. Hey, welcome to the program. How are you? Good to be with you. Hey, you're looking good today. Thanks for being here. Make yourself comfortable. This won't take too long. It'll be a little bit painful for you, but in the long run, it's important for you to go through this. And I do a TV version of the podcast. I talk about what's going on in the world and in the area and give my opinions on things. That's both something to look forward to and also a warning. So tune in to see me move my mouth while I talk. Who knows? We might have something in common. Probably not, but you never know. Catch my show here, The Ron Van Dam Show, right here on ECAT.
It's the Ron Van Dam Show. Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of For the Love of Words. After a 3-year hiatus, join me, John Holgerson, and
Priscilla Almquist Olsen,
as we interview poets and musicians. Could you give the audience a little summary of your background as a child?
When I turned 7 or so, we were car bombed. That stuck out.
And have them share their love of words.
Sometimes I wonder
A thin broth of moonlight caught in the trees spreads across the garden brush, so one side of every stick shimmers while the other sides melt into one another, a mass grave of cherry, pear, and pine.
For the Love of Words at 7 p.m. on Thursdays.
Hey Easton, I'm Mike.
And I'm Curtis. We're from Royalty Beverage, your local distributor of Polar Spring Water.
We're excited to join forces with ECAT, also supporting local media and helping ECAT thrive.
So join us in making a difference. To learn more, email us at water@eastoncat.org.
Stay hydrated, support ECAT, and let's make a positive impact together.
Thanks for your support, Easton.
Thank you, Easton.
Welcome back to the final segment of Service Matters. And Lois, I can't thank you enough for joining us here on this show.
I always enjoy it. We dance well together, Dave.
Yeah.
We dance well together.
It's amazing. We've been doing this show for 15 years. And Joe Clancy and Lou Marciano, two people who are no longer with us, but have left a legacy behind. And of course, they were both with me when we first started the show. I can't believe that 15 years went by that fast.
It's just like a blink of the eyes, because it seems like we've always had the Rotary Show. We just, when do we not have it? 15 years, we've always felt like there's a Rotary Show every week, and I think it's wonderful.
ECAT, Easton Community Access Television, for making their studio available. My vehicle, Lois, automatically wants to drive to Providence every Friday.
I'm certain. You've been doing it for so long.
And I had to pull the wheel to get it to come to ECAT to do the show.
Don't forget how determined he was when we had COVID. We were doing it. We guests were coming in on Zoom.
That's right.
But we never missed.
The same thing,
but
Zoom.
we never missed. We found a way to make it happen. We pivoted, but we made certain we never lost that momentum. And that's really important.
And I know that there's lots of folks out there that in Rotary, professional athletes, folks who were elected to their offices, all joined me on the year. And I had to make sure I convinced them that this is a positive show. We only talk about positive things.
Absolutely. It's one of the nicest hours to listen to.
We had a sponsor for maybe 11 years out of the 15. The Navigan Credit, and we can't thank them enough.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they felt that this was positive. It's the only positive show in town. Let's have it. So they were not afraid to sponsor the show. And this particular show is being sponsored by Rotary District 7950.
Nice.
It's a Rotary show that talks about more than just Rotary. It talks about the good things that the military does. It talks about recognizing some people who may not be with us now, but their memories are here and their legacy will continue for years to come. And again, we want to thank past District Governor Lou Marciano, the late Lou Marciano. We call him Dr. Lou, and he's from Cranston, Rhode Island. And past District Governor Joe Clancy, a good friend of ours. He provides a lot of humor. That's why he has that middle initial P.
He's just always there for you, and you're right. He always made you laugh and get things going. But he just always made certain you kept it light, had fun. Oh, have fun. That's so important.
Some final comments that you'd like to make about Rotary, about anything that you so desire.
Well,
and I thank you so much for joining me today.
Of course. I enjoy coming. I just really think this last meeting of the South Shore Council was just so inspiring. Every year we have to get the new members, the new presidents and presidents-elects to send someone to the council meetings on the third Wednesday every month. And this year, especially, we really have a great crop of presidents-elect. And they've made a point of really, really participating with our organization. And that just makes us so much stronger the more ideas we share. This last meeting, the ideas and what the clubs were sharing was inspiring. And you can't tell a big club from a small club by the number of projects, folks. The little clubs 9 members, 10 projects, whatever. It's just amazing. It's so inspiring to see the good works that is happening everywhere in our district. We just were so blown away by it. We just all felt really good when we left that night that our district is strong, it's vital, and we have a big future ahead of us because of people that are definitely making certain it gets done. I was so impressed with just one of them, Joel, who's going to be a district governor-elect, finding a need with the homeless animals, the homeless people's animals. So because a lot of times they won't go to a shelter because they can't take their dogs or cats or whatever. They're giving warm packs to those too. Just finding a need. That's an example of really, really inspiring. So we just had a great meeting.
We're going to send them a copy of the tape, but your co-chairs of the South Council, Steve Saverin from the Rotary Club of Sharon.
And Kim Anderson from Rockland Hanson.
They're terrific.
Absolutely.
They do work above and beyond.
And Tina White from the Brockton Club is our sergeant at arms. So we all pitch in here to make it happen. We have a website now that we're working with. We have a new calendar coming out. We're definitely working to bring it up, and we're very, very excited to see it grow. But the mission, 80 years old, is still just as strong, helping each other and learning from each other. It's just so inspiring. We really enjoy it.
And of course, again, we thank you so much, Lois, for joining us today. I know that as we end our show, we're going to once again come back to our favorite song, We Are Rotary. I know it was always mine, but I think today it's your favorite.
Yeah, I'm getting into it. I asked him for a copy, folks, so yes, I did.
It's interesting as we listen to this song, We Are Rotary. I think we all understand that Rotary has a mission, and that mission is to do good in the community and to reach beyond to do good in the world. I'm Dave Clifton, bidding you farewell from the studios here at ECAT. And of course, I thank all of our listeners out there in southern New England. I say to each and every one of you, go forth to serve. Do it with a smile on your face.
Absolutely. Thank you,
Dave. If you're going to do something good to help someone out, do it with the dignity that it deserves. Folks, be good, do good, and you'll be happy. Thank you.
To uplift your fellow man. Are you ready for the challenge? Are you ready for the ride? Will you ask yourself the questions that will always be your guide? Is it the truth? Is it the truth? Is it fair to all in turn? Will it build goodwill and friendship? Is it good for all concerned? We are Rotary, committed, heart and